The world is a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. It is Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, and this is our picks of the week. We are about to do NFL Week 5 picks and NCAA football, college football Week 6 picks. And before we talk about our picks and we aim for a perfect sweep, I just want to remind you, like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X Twitter at PodConvoPod, or on TikTok at Productive Conversations, and Facebook at Productive Conversations. So we are in the month of October, and yeah, this is when stuff becomes real. The fall really takes fold. The leaves change. The crisp is in the air. And we are marching towards the end of the year. And October football is crucial. October football is fun. And we are officially in the month of October to talk about where things are going. We have a little grip on where both the NFL and college football is going. We have an understanding of who's good, who's bad, and who has potential and who has a lot to lose. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about as we make our picks. I also just want to remind and thank you to our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind. Magic Mind, you have to get this shot. This special shot, this green tea shot, will enhance your life for the better, I promise. And by going to our description below, or go to magicmind.com/PCMB, and you use discount code PCMB20, and you get either 48% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase, you will have something that will give you less stress, enhance your mental clarity, gives you better vitality, and most importantly, it gives you better energy. And this shot will enhance your life. I've been taking it ever since we started our partnership. And because of that, I've been able to wake up with a good state of mind. I've been able to accomplish my goals a little better. And it really has been a great tool to help me enhance the day ahead. So go to magicmind.com again /PCMB20 or use discount code PC. Go to magicmind.com/PCMB, use discount code PCMB20 and get 40% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. So last week, 2-4. Not as good, right? But this is a different week. This is a new month. I don't know about you, but there was a lot going on. But it's now October, it's a new month, and this is an opportunity to get some more picks and go for that perfect sweep. So why don't we start the conversation right now with this week 6 matchup in the college football season. South Carolina versus Ole Miss. The University of Mississippi and South Carolina are going to play each other on Saturday. The spread is Ole Miss -9, and I'm going with the Gamecocks at +9. And why is that? Well, as we've seen after Ole Miss's devastating loss to Kentucky, and going into another big SEC matchup with the Gamecocks have had a really solid defense that could prevent Ole Miss from scoring again. And as we saw the Kentucky Wildcats use their defense to defeat Ole Miss, I think an even better suited Gamecocks team, despite not being ranked, can give Ole Miss a run for their money. And Ole Miss has at times proven that they can prevent the other teams from scoring. As I see here, they have only held Ole Miss was held to 17 points in its SEC matchup versus Kentucky after averaging 55 points per game in its first non-conference games. And now you play another SEC team again, and a South Carolina team that still has potential to make some moves this season. I think it'll come down to a better defensive matchup for the Gamecocks. I think the tough loss to Ole Miss, I think the tough loss to Ole Miss will kill momentum. I think the Gamecocks can at least, if not outright win the game, can make it much closer than you think. A solid 9 points does not seem out of the realm, and I think Ole Miss will make their mark and pressure and prevent points from the Rebels. So give me the Gamecocks +9 due to the Gamecocks defense giving Ole Miss a run for their money. The next matchup I want to talk about, we got Clemson and Florida State. We are all aware of Florida State, who opened at 10 in the rankings, not ranked, 1-4, making a quarterback switch due to DJU's injury. And we have Clemson, who has in the last few weeks played much better and are on a 3-game winning streak as well. And with the roster changes Florida State is making, and with the momentum Clemson has, plus Dabo Swinney has a chance to become the winningest coach in ACC history, so with legit history implications on the line, I think the Florida State offense will not show up whatsoever. I think Clemson can decimate the Florida State defense, and ultimately we'll have Clemson win by at least 3 touchdowns and cover that 14 and a half point spread. So give me Clemson minus 14 and a half over Florida State. And then we got SMU against Louisville, and SMU has been looking really solid. Louisville's had a hard time covering spreads. And with SMU's pretty solid offense with some great weapons and a pretty good running game, going against a Louisville team who at some points look pretty solid and some points look like they have a lot of work to do, I'm going to go with the Mustangs on this one, +7, and they can overtake and defeat the Louisville Cardinals. So your college football picks: South Carolina +9 over Ole Miss, Clemson minus 14 and a half over Florida State, and then SMU +7 over Louisville. Now the National Football League, right? I'm very, 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 very intrigued by these matchups. Nothing really was a give me, but I did what I think was your best options here. So first, the Cowboys and Steelers, 2 classic franchises going at it on Sunday night. 2 teams that have played each other in the Super Bowl. 2 teams that are arguably some of the biggest names in the National Football League. When you have the Steelers, who with Justin Fields have been able to stay afoot despite losing to Indy last week, and when you do have a great defense that's still intact, and you go up against the Cowboys, who people still don't know where they are going, and you do have CeeDee Lamb playing okay. You have Dak Prescott playing okay after they get paid. We have the Cowboys running game that is still a big mystery as well. But what does it come down to? The Cowboys defense with the Cowboys defense. Sorry, I should say this. With the Steelers offense still being a big question mark, and the Cowboys defense, even without DeMarcus Lawrence, I still think they can give Justin Fields a difficult game. It's going to be close, but give me the Dallas Cowboys at +2.5. Now we have the Ravens and the Bengals, right? Bengals with a very bad defense, and with the Ravens with a great 2-game winning streak and some momentum winning in big primetime games. With a divisional matchup in this one, with Derrick Henry just showing why he is still an all-time great and at the top of his game, and going up against a Bengals pass rush in particular that is nowhere to be found. And I think even the Ravens defense can finally hit their potential after the slow start to their season, going up against a struggling Joe Burrow with still offensive line issues. Though he can still get the ball to Jamar Chase, I think, though if he still gets the ball, even if he still gets the ball to Jamar Chase, I do think it's going to be the Ravens offense going absolutely bonkers on this Bengals defense. So give me the Baltimore Ravens -2.5. And then on Monday night, our first Monday night pick, we have the Swifties' favorite football team, the Kansas City Chiefs, hosting the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints, after a hot start to the season, have slowed down a bit in the last 2 weeks. And with the Chiefs team, historically known not to cover during the Mahomes era. While we wait to see where Devontae Adams is going, and New Orleans could be one of those options. It makes sense. His boy Derek Carr's there. Him and Olave could be quite the duo with Alvin Kamara still playing very well and an offensive line that can protect Derek Carr. But then we have the Chiefs where it just seems they are always in the right place at the right time. And even with a slow start, weird to say a slow start despite being 4-0, I expect them to still be. I expect the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what? I'm going to throw an audible. Originally, I thought it was going to be Kansas City minus 5.5. But you know what? I'm going to change it. Change it right now. The Saints plus 5.5. And I haven't hit a parlay yet. I haven't hit anything in the NFL season. I have not won a bet yet. I've won in college, but not in the NFL. And a lot of it, I felt every single pick I've made, I was very confident in. And though I wouldn't be surprised if the Kansas City Chiefs actually win this game and continue their hot streak, they're due for something. I could see the Kansas City Chiefs defense, maybe as long as Derek Carr makes good decisions, that they might have a hard time against the Saints offense that is pretty legit right now. And even if it only comes down to a field goal and the Kansas City Chiefs win by 3, that'll still be a 5.5 point spread for that they did not cover, and the Saints win that bet. So, and the first audible during the picks segment, give me the Saints plus 5.5 on Monday night. Should be an intriguing game. I will be all tuned in as I usually am for all the NFL games. And give me the Saints plus 5.5. So let's go through our picks one more time. The NFL ones are the Dallas Cowboys plus 2.5 over the Steelers, the Ravens minus 2.5 over the Bengals, and the Saints plus 5.5 over the Chiefs. Where my Saints pick is, even though I feel that the Chiefs can cover, let me just go with the reverse gut decision. And what I think will be a lock, or what I think will be a good pick, and it just becomes the complete opposite, I will save that for the first time for this Monday Night Football pick. So the Saints plus 5.5, Ravens minus 2.5, Cowboys plus 2.5. And for college, South Carolina plus 9, Clemson minus 14.5, and SMU plus 7. So that will be our picks for this week. We got 2 favorites, 4 underdogs. Let's see how this all unfolds, and let's win some money and let us show why we have a footing on both the college and NFL season. But good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check out, if you're into wrestling, check out our WWE preview of, check out our preview of WWE's Bad Blood being released today as well. Check us out tomorrow for the tweet cap as we wrap up what was trending during this week. And check us out again on Monday as we recap week 5 in the NFL season and week 6. I'm doing the hand gesture. And week 6 in college football. So thank you so much. I love each and every single one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow with another tweet cap. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the beginning of October. See ya.